Okie dokie. I should be live. Just want to give everybody a quick update. Okay. Quick update as to where we are on the effort to elevate the boycott to block out, buy out, hopefully, and build up. For everyone who is aware of the boycott and who are participating, I thank you for the effort. It's going to take a concerted effort by a group of us to make this a reality. So if you are already a part and doing your part, I want to say thank you. I most certainly appreciate you. And we need to get as many people as possible on board to doing the same thing. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go to my Facebook page and scroll down. If you don't know who I am, my name is Tamani M. Wandani. I'm the only one I think on Facebook with that name. And scroll down maybe 4 or 5 posts, and you'll see the announcement of the movement to elevate the boycott from being a boycott to something that can be more impactful and something that we can take advantage of as a people, and really make not only make history but make some things happen. So I always want to put things in context and keep them there so that we won't have any doubt as to what's at stake, what we're doing, what we're trying to do, and of course the outcome. So I was going to go live every day. I probably won't do that. I probably do it every other day. This being the fourth day of the movement to elevate the boycott, and we have a goal of one person getting one person every day. So today we should have 16 people who have registered and signed up to be a part of this event, part of this movement, part of history. And we are doing well. We are a little bit ahead of that. So the goal is to get one black person to get another black person, and do that for 30 days. If we do that for 30 days and everyone puts in a small amount of money, our goal at this point is $5, then we'll have enough money to make some serious impact. And what we're going to be talking about moving forward over the next 30 days is exactly how we're going to do that, who we need to bring on board. I'm sure we're going to find some of those people. I will be interviewing them online. We want to be as transparent as possible because what we want to do in Houston, Texas, which is where I'm based, we want to be able to duplicate that model of what we want to do in other spaces where, of course, there are Black people, which is all over the country. So really quickly, this is a slide from a presentation I've done several times. I did this a few years ago. We conducted research around around a Black business in a predominantly Black space here in Houston, Texas. We did a 5-mile radius around this predominantly Black business in Sunnyside, Texas, in Houston, and we wanted to know who owned what. And by doing this research, by going to the library, by tapping into some free databases, we were able to, and we only got about 47% of the research actually done. So there's a lot left to do. But we were able to do enough whereby we uncovered quite a bit of money. And what you're looking at here, and I can most certainly send these charts and the data behind the charts to anyone that wants to see it. I got to find it, but that shouldn't be too hard because it's on my computer somewhere. This simply shows that business in this one 5-mile radius of what this one predominantly Black business that's no longer there. And I can't imagine this being any different in any other part of the country. These charts show that other groups, and all of these colors represent other groups. And there's a Black group, there's a Black slither and slice in all of these, which is probably the smallest slice. But the point is that when it comes to where we live, predominantly black spaces in this country, all the other colors are other groups making money off of black people. And we got to keep in mind that these other groups, they don't come from other countries to America straight to the black community and open businesses because they like us. They're doing it because they can, because we're not doing it. And we often talk about the millions that flow through the black community, but we rarely talk about how to stop those millions and keep them and then start circulating those millions on our own, which we cannot do if we don't own the businesses. So all of these colors, they simply represent other ethnic groups in other business spaces owning and controlling what happens where we live. After doing this research around this one black business within a 5 mile radius, we identified, and remember, we didn't even get halfway through the data and the research. We identified over $1.3 billion around this one black business, 5 mile radius. Um, uh, and our goal with this boycott is to elevate it to something that we can significantly use. And at the bottom it says if we only got this 1% right. So our goal is to get as much of this 1.3 billion as possible. If we aren't 100% successful, and we won't be because nothing is 100% successful the first time around, if we only got 1% of this 1.3 billion, that's $13 million per month that we could use in this predominantly black space in Houston, Texas. And again, from our research, there are over 14 of these type spaces in Houston, and they're all over the country. So the idea is that with this boycott, and again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to my Facebook page, scroll down 4 or 5 posts, and you'll see a picture of a young light-skinned brother, the one that was murdered in South Carolina, 14 years old, and you'll see an Asian guy who's really the one that got all this boycott stuff in motion because he challenged black people quite arrogantly to go ahead and boycott. And black people are taking him up on that. And what I'm trying to get us to do for several reasons is elevate the boycott to a blockout, to a buyout if we can, if they want to sell it. If not, we'll just open our own and to build up. We can't afford to continue to allow other people to come into our communities and make multiple millions for multiple years. There's too much happening to black people, against black people. If you did not believe that Project 2025 was real, it is most certainly real. They are ahead of schedule, and they are creating a new kind of America that America's never been pro-black, first off. But the new kind of America that they're wanting to create is definitely not going to be pro-us, and it's not going to be pro-poor. It's not going to be pro-grassroots. It's not going to be pro-melanin, no matter how much melanin you have. So we need to take advantage of so many of our people being on the same page at the same time about the same thing. Get people to tap into this movement. I hear a lot of people talking about the boycott, which is great. But as usual, I don't hear anybody talking about concrete solutions to the boycott and or how we can mature the boycott into something that's really going to matter to put us in a position to win. Boycotts by their nature have a deadline and can be drawn out. We can't afford to have anything with a deadline that doesn't end in serious power shifts, and a boycott is not going to do that. And we can't afford to do anything that's going to take too long because our people can be impatient. So, on that note, thank you guys very much for chiming in. If you are here with me live, if not, if you're watching the recording, again, go to my Facebook page and scroll down a few posts, maybe 4 or 5 posts. You'll see the young light-skinned brother next to an Asian guy with a hat on. That is the presentation I did this past Friday, laying out how we can elevate this boycott into something that will really shift power for us if we do it the right way. And again, we're not expecting 100% success because this is our first time doing this in history. But if we're only 50, 25, 10, 1% successful in this effort, it'll generate multiple millions for us that we can start putting into our own people, our own businesses, our own institutions, which is an absolute must in America in 2026 moving forward. So thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. Always remember 2 things. No one can do everything, but if everyone does something, everything will get done. And lastly, always remember that nothing is more sacred than the empowerment and freedom of black people. Because if black people are empowered, And if black people aren't free, then you're not going to be empowered or free. Because if the creator blessed you with melanin, you are a part, and you're an African descendant, you are a part of that black group. If the black group don't have power, you're not gonna have power. And if we don't have power, we get taken advantage of, like we've been having to deal with since we've been here. So on that note, thank you guys very much. God bless, and I will see y'all in 2 days. Take care.